Welcome to PoPo's channel. Subscribe to my channel to watch more crochet courses.
Hello everyone, let's take a look at this sweet ear butterfly dummy bag. How to crochet it when crocheting here. And the hook needle used is a 3.0 hook needle. Find the end of the thread from the outside of the ball. Take the thread and wrap it around your index finger, and the middle and thumb hold the end of the thread. Hook the needle, and hook out the loop again. When starting the stitches, a total of 28 stitches are picked up. The loop you hook out does not count as one stitch. Then the hook and hook the loop. On the needle, a V-shape represents one stitch. And hook out the loop again. This is the second stitch. The tightness of the stitches is right, not too loose nor too tight. A total of 28 stitches. The bottom V-shaped stitch can be marked with a marker. This is the first stitch. The first V-shaped at the bottom, mark it with a marker. This is the first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's start knitting. A total of 28 stitches. It's done knitting. After starting, when we are hooking here, we should use short stitches and go back to the second stitch to hook. When we are hooking here, not on the side of the V-shaped part, then turn it over like this backwards. See, from the horizontal line inside this mountain, this is the side of the V-shape. Then turn it a little bit to the side. You can see the horizontal line below. The top stitch is the first stitch. This is the second stitch. Go back to the second stitch, then start crocheting short stitches from the part where you insert the hook. Insert the hook under this line. Then wind the thread and hook out. After hooking out, there are 2 loops on the hook. Hook the needle. Hook through both loops at once. This is a short stitch. Then this is the first stitch. You can mark it with a safety pin. And hook 1 stitch in each stitch from the next mountain here. Insert the hook into the line and hook it out. There are 27 short stitches in total. And crochet 1 short stitch in each stitch. Repeat to complete this row. The stitch marked with the marker is the last one. This way, the first row is completed. After the first row is finished, then count them. The V-shaped part has a total of 27 stitches. After hooking, it may be slightly curled, and then smooth it out like this. Just pull it a little bit. The bottom of the bag needs to be crocheted in 9 rows. Here is the first row done. Then let's look at the second row. After crocheting the first row, when crocheting the second row, hook a slip stitch first as the standing stitch for the next row. Then turn the fabric, turn it over like this. To turning it over from the stitch below the chain stitch into the stitch to insert the hook. This is the first short stitch when you insert the needle. From the bottom of the V-shaped, below the 2 lines to insert the hook, not tie 1 side braid. Insert the needle from under both of the 2 lines and pass it through and hook it out. And hook out to loops again. This is the first stitch of the second round. You can also use a marker to mark it. Then go through the row in a stitch correspondingly to hook a short stitch. Repeat this to complete the row. The stitch marked with a marker is the last one. This way, the second row is completed. Then hook the third row in the same way and make a slip stitch to start. Then turn the fabric over and continue to hook the next row. For each row after when crocheting, hook a short stitch in the corresponding stitch when inserting the hook, all from the bottom of the whole V-shaped. To hook the bottom of the bag, 9 rows. Row. Repeat crocheting row by row like this. There are 27 stitches. The number of stitches in each row is the same. After crocheting the bottom part in 9 rows, then let's look at the body of the bag. Okay, the bottom of the bag is knitted in 9 rows. It's finished crocheting. Then when counting, I will teach you the method of counting, whether you have crocheted 9 rows. From the middle horizontal line, 1 row above and 1 below. There are 1 row above and 1 row below. There are 2 rows. 4 rows, 6 rows. and then add the 2 rows on the edge. There are 9 rows. It's finished crocheting. After crocheting 9 rows, then we'll crochet the body part. Let's crochet the first round of the bag. At this time, after we've finished the last short stitch, after hooking it, hook needle directly from the side here to pass through, and pass it through here. Then wean the thread and hook it. Directly hook through the loop on the needle. Pull it through like this. Pull this thread through the side of the hook. Then crochet 3 chain stitches. The 3 stitches here also represent a long stitch from the bottom of the 3rd V-shaped, and mark it with a marker. Mark it like this. Then crochet another slip stitch. Then on this side, we need to crochet 7 long stitches and then evenly distribute them, and a total of 7 long stitches. The 3 stitches here also represent a long stitch. Then on this side, we need to crochet 6 long stitches. Then wind thread. When hooking a long stitch, the hook should wind then insert the hook from the first row of short stitches. Enter the needle from the hole below the first row first. Hook the second long stitch. This is the second one. After hooking a long stitch with a single crochet, then wind the thread. Then from the next stitch below, and a long stitch. There are 3 long stitches, and for more stitches, then hook for stitch. Here, first, hook a slip stitch, then insert the hook into this stitch again. When hooking here, try to pick 2 threads. Make a long stitch here, a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then crochet 1 more. This is the 5th stitch. Then hook a slip stitch in the remaining 2. And crochet 2 stitches. Insert the hook from here and 1 slip stitch. This is the 6th stitch, and then make a slip stitch from the first short stitch on the edge, the last stitch on the edge, and make another stitch in this stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we'll crochet 7 long stitches here. After hooking 7 long and make 2 slip stitches, it's at the corner of this turn. When you're not hungry, this side, we start from the first short stitch, and to insert the hook from the first short stitch needle from under these 2 lines here to insert hook. And hook a long stitch. Pull the thread end like this over here. When crocheting, hide the thread inside. After crocheting a long, then a slip stitch, then leave a gap in the middle, then go to the next stitch. This is the first stitch on this side, and leave the second. Insert the hook into the 3rd stitch. Thread the needle through the 3rd stitch. Place the thread end above the hook. Press it in. A long stitch, a slip stitch, then leave a stitch empty below. Then go forward, a long stitch, and a slip stitch, and leave a space below, and 1 stitch forward. Repeat in this way until the end. A long stitch, a slip stitch, then a space stitch, then a long stitch, a slip stitch, and then a long stitch, and continue to hook the whole row until the end, until the last stitch. Leave a long thread here, and then you can cut it directly. After hooking the last, then we'll start with 2 chain stitches, which is the corner, then to the side of this side. It's the same as here. You need to crochet 7 long stitches, then divide them evenly. Thread the needle from the first row into the needle from the first stitch on the edge. Here is the same stitch interval as the first stitch. Then go down a little bit here. The second long stitch. The 3rd long stitch. The 4th stitch. The 5th one. One, 2, 3, 4. See them all in 6. Seven, And then the same on this side. 7 short stitches. This stitch here is on the side. Then after 2 chain stitches, and start counting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. If there are 7. After hookings, and make 2 chains. Then go to the corner here. Insert the hook into the first stitch here. This one is side, and then 1 chain stitch below, leaving 1 stitch empty. Then go to the next stitch to hook. Long needle, lock needle, space. Then long stitch, lock stitch, repeat until here. The first round after the last long stitch is hooked. Come here. Then we'll make 2 slip stitches first. After hooking the slip from the first round, we start here. 3 chain stitches from the first stitch to pull the loop through here. First, remove this marker. After hooking it out, directly pull it up. Hook through the loop on body. Connect it like this. The first round of the bag is done. When crocheting the second round here, there is a place where you need to add stitches. Let's take a look. When we add stitches here, we need to from the corner in the hole next to the 2 lock stitches. Here we crochet 2 slip stitches. And we need to add 1 stitch from this hole. Then from here to the next corner, it's the same here. The stitch next to the 2 locking stitches. The place where we add stitches is on the side, here, in the hole next to the 2 lock stitches on the side. Add stitches, and the same on this side. In the holes between the 2 stitches, then hook 1 stitch forward, need to add a stitch. In this hole, use a marker to mark it first. When you hook to this point, you will know that a stitch needs to be added here. Hook it up like this. After hooking it, continue to hook the second row. The second row is the same. First, crochet 3 chain stitches. 1, 2, 3. These 3 chains here also represents a long stitch. Then mark it from the 3rd chain stitch here. Hook the button up, then hook another slip stitch. Then we need to add a stitch from the hole of the button up to hook a long stitch. And hook a long stitch in this hole. After crocheting a long stitch, a slip stitch. When you hook the next one, we start from the stitch on the corresponding long stitch. After crocheting a long stitch here, then insert the hook into the long stitch. 1 long stitch and 1 lock stitch. Hook a long stitch on the corresponding long stitch. The middle part does not need to add stitches. Just hook a slip stitch directly down. 1 long stitch and 1 slip stitch. Then go to the hole of the buttonhole. 1 more stitch is needed in this large hole. Okay. From this large hole, hook a long stitch. Then a slip stitch. And from the side, the needle on the side, to hook a long stitch. Okay, after the second round, there are 9 long stitches on the side. The marker is the first stitch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 long stitches after hooking the last stitch. After hooking the last long stitch, don't hook a slip stitch. Then, from the 2 stitches into the lull of the 2 stitches, to hook the medium long needle in the shape of a date. Hook needle and wrap thread and hook it out twice in total. Then hook the needle and wind the thread again and hook it out. Loosen the loop slightly. After hooking it out, there are 5 loops on the needle. Hook the 5 loops with the hook at once. Then hook to lock stitches. Then again from this large hole and hook another one, the medium long needle-shaped needle. First, wind the thread, hook out the thread, pull the thread slightly, then wind the thread again and hook it out through all 5 loops at once here. After hooking, then you need to hook a slip stitch, then hook a long stitch from this stitch. This is the first long stitch in this horizontal row. You need to hook a stitch from this one. Then a slip stitch to the next stitch, and a slip stitch to the next one, and a slip stitch. Finish this row in each row on the long stitch of this row, and hook a long stitch with a slip stitch in between, okay? And hook the last long stitch in this row, and then to the corner of the hook. Okay, let's look again. This row is finished, then to the last long stitch here. After hooking it, don't hook a slip stitch directly from the first round. The large hole with 2 stitches in the first to crochet a date. Yarn over and hook once. then wrap the thread and hook it again. Finally, hook all the loops on the needle at once. After hooking it out, then crochet another pair of slip stitches. After hooking, you need to hook a slip stitch from the first long stitch here to hook a long stitch and a slip stitch corresponding to it. Here is where you need to add stitches to the marker. Remove the marker from this large hole, hook a long stitch and a slip stitch, then hook a long stitch on the corresponding long stitch. Where there is a mark, where you need to add stitches, where there is no mark, correspondingly, hook a long stitch. Here is the marking. This is the last corner, and here you hook a long stitch. And hook a long stitch here and a slip stitch. You hook it in this hole, and then the long stitches below, and hook a long stitch here. Then on the side here, there are 9 long stitches in total. You can count it starting from the first long stitch. Start from the first long stitch next to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are also 9 long stitches on the side. To the 2 chain stitch holes to hook the date-shaped needle, pomegranate stitch, 2 chain stitches, and then skip a group. Finish the second set. You need to crochet a slip stitch after crocheting, then crochet long stitches from the long stitches. In this way, the last group, the corner part, and the place where the stitches are added. After the second row on both sides is completed, there are 9 long stitches. Then on both sides of the row, there are a total of 14 long stitches, 1 long stitch and 1 slip. To space them out like this. The remaining row is the same. 1 long stitch and 1 lock stitch to space. Finish this row and this round. Then to the first round here, the space between 2 locking stitches. Then hook the front long stitch of the jujube stitch. After hooking, you don't need to hook a slip stitch. Then directly hook the date needle. 1 zhaoshing stitch and 2 chain stitches. Then hook another set. After hooking, then end with a slip stitch and then pull the thread through the marker. Remove the marker. Insert the needle from this stitch. Yarn over and pull up. Directly hook through the loop on the needle. The second round is done.